So in this tutorial, you're going to create a basic outline with a hole, and you're going to put some text on there. You can copy my text if you want, and you can put some shapes on there as well. You're going to basically follow what I do for this particular tutorial, and then once you've followed this and created a sample, you're going to then work on your own to create your own unique one that you have already designed. But for this tutorial, I want you to follow what I do fairly closely. Obviously, you're going to put your own name there, but please don't go to any effort to spend too much time learning how to do all of your different fonts and your sayings. Just use the words some text and put a few shapes on. So when we first open Adobe Illustrator, we get a file, a screen looking just like this, and we're going to create a new one. And just to be sure that everybody's on the same page, I'm going to press on print just to make sure that it changes back to some of the default settings that I've got here. I'm going to go millimeters, and my size in millimeters is going to be 110 millimeters by 110 millimeters, and the title is going to be called bag tag. So I'm now going to hit create, and this is going to create my bag tag. Now yours by default is going to come up in essentials, which means it's going to look like this. I'm going to always want you to change it to essentials classic. Now we're just going to be drawing a very basic name tag with some basic text. So let's start by using the pen tool. And we use the pen tool. I'm going to click up in the corner. I'm going to click somewhere in the middle. I'm going to click up in this corner. I'm going to go down here, back to the middle, back to this side, and then I'm going to finish that off like so. So you can see that I've got this object here. Now I'm going to close that one. All right, so this object here, and you can see that it's got a white fill and a black stroke. I'm now going to draw by pressing and holding here and choosing the rounded rectangle, and around about here is where I'm going to put the hole for the bag tag. I probably should have spent some time lining it up, but right now I'm more interested in just showing you a few of the other features. Let's use my text tool now. The text tool is going to be there. I'm going to set it to be, let's just start with 40 being my size. That's a good size for the B. And I'm going to type in SOM. That's the first part of my text. Then I'm going to try in an E, capital E, and then I'm going to draw in a T. Sorry, I just messed that up. Type tool, and then I'm going to draw in an E, a T, and I'm going to click over here, and I'm going to draw in an X and a T. So it's going to say some text, and it is going to be different sizes. So I'm going to click on here and probably make this about, let's just start with 60 and see how that is. No, need to go way bigger. Let's go 100. That's going to be good. So I've got some text, so let's line this up like so. And there's that one there. And there's my text there. I'm going to select all of that text now. Click on this one and press and hold shift and click on all of the others. And I'm going to change my font. I decided I'm going to use Noteworthy, which means I need to move some stuff around now. Just move this one a little bit. And move this guy out here. And I've got my text happening. You notice that my text is set to be fill, but no stroke, and that's important to do. I'm now going to put some other decorations on here, so I'm going to choose the star tool, and I'm going to draw a star up here, and a star over here, and a star down the bottom. And that's pretty much all I'm going to do. Final thing I need to do is I'm just going to click on this. I don't want sharp edges on my outlines. So if I click on the sub selection tool, I can click and drag these little handles that appear here, and they'll be a little bit rounded. And that just makes it look a bit nicer, and it's also less sharp. It's not going to hurt me so much when I touch it. And now I'm going to draw in a path so that I can put some text on a path tool. So I'm going to use the text tool down here just to follow this path tool down here, just to follow this line. And now I'm going to use the text on a path tool. I'm going to click on this path around about where I want my text to start. And I'm going to change my text down to about 20 now. And it's going to say, let's see, it's going to say Mr. C-L-A-R-K. And that path could have been curved, it could have been anything, but I'm going to leave it like that. Now that I've got my name, I might just drag it down here a bit closer now. So it's got my name in the corner, going around a bit of a corner, which is cool. And I might change that font before I do anything else. I'm going to change it to Minion Variable Concept, whatever that was. Okay, so now that I've done all of that, I'm going to make sure of a few things. I'm going to select everything. And I am going to go Type and Create Outline. Where is it? There it is there. My bad. A bit blind. The reason why I did that is that I want to make sure that this text is actually a shape and not anything else. You'll notice that they're all filled with no shape. So if I click on my star, for example, it is a fill, but it has no outline around the outside. That's important. I'm going to select this object here and this object here. These are the two things I want to cut. So if I press and hold Shift, and I'm going to change the size to be as thin as possible, and that's going to cut. And these are going to etch because they're all shapes and they're all fills. What I probably should do, just to be really sure, because some lasers work differently, is to change the color of the things I want to etch. So I'm going to change that color to a red. And now I know that those are definitely going to etch and these are definitely going to cut.